You are trapped in a biological crossfire, a war between two of the most powerful neurochemical systems in the human body. You have tried to master your physical urges through retention, yet your mind remains a cluttered, anxious mess of digital noise, constantly seeking the next notification, the next video, or the next distraction today. The tragedy of the modern seeker is the isolated protocol, the belief that you can fix your life by addressing only one form of consumption while letting the other run rampant. You are trying to fill a bucket with a massive hole in the bottom, wondering why your energy levels never reach the... You aren't just fighting a sexual habit. You are fighting a dopamine architecture that has been designed by thousands of engineers to keep you in a state of perpetual hunger. If you retain your seed but spend 6 hours a day on high-speed social media, you are simply trading addictions. Dopamine is the molecule of pursuit, the chemical that tells your brain the reward is over there. When you overstimulate this system with infinite novelty, you suffer from dopamine resistance, where nothing in the real world feels exciting or worth the effort of a long-term, difficult, and very noble. Reference the pain-pleasure balance described by Dr. Anna Lemke. When you slam the pleasure side of the scale with digital hits, your brain's anti-reward system kicks in to bring you back to baseline, but it overshoots, leaving you in a chronic state of boredom, irritability, and very dark. Retention is the battery, the storage of your physical and androgenic life force. A dopamine detox is the wiring, the system that determines how that energy is actually used. Without the wiring, the battery just sits there, creating internal pressure that eventually leads to a catastrophic, violent, and messy. Imagine a high-performance sports car. Semen retention is the high-octane fuel in the tank. The dopamine detox is the transmission and the steering wheel. If you have the fuel, but the steering is broken, you are just a fast car headed toward a very solid and very painful wall. Most men fail because they think retention is a magic pill. They get frustrated when they don't feel magnetic after 10 days, not realizing their dopamine receptors are still so fried that they can't even perceive the benefits they're actually gaining. You are blind to your own. The twist that changes your entire strategy is this: dopamine detox makes semen retention easier. When you stop the constant digital pumping of your reward system, your urge baseline drops. You find that you aren't actually as horny as you thought. You are just chronically and deeply. To achieve true mastery, you must implement the dual protocol immediately. You cannot separate the mind from the body. You must clean the lens of your perception while you build the fire of your vitality. If you do one without the other, you are only half a. Practical framework step 1. The low stimulus window. For the first 4 hours of your day, you must practice both retention and a digital fast. No screens, no music, no release. This forces your brain to calibrate to the natural pace of reality, setting a high-frequency tone for. Practical framework step 2. Active replacement. When the urge to scroll or the urge to release hits, you must engage in a high-effort, low-dopamine task like reading a difficult book or organizing your physical space. You are training your brain to find reward in order and in. Practical framework step 3. The sensory reset. Once a week, spend 24 hours in monk mode. No digital input, no spicy food, no physical release. This mini detox acts as a hard reset for your receptors, allowing you to feel the retention high with a clarity that is. Expectation reset. The first week of stacking these protocols will feel like a mental desert. You will be bored, restless, and convinced that life is gray. This is the neuroadaptation phase. Your brain is literally starving the old pathways to death so that the new ones can. The reality of the dual protocol man is that he becomes hyper-aware. Because he isn't numbing himself with screens or release, he can sense opportunities, threats, and social dynamics that everyone else is too distracted to see. He is the only one in the room who is truly. You will notice your attention span returning like a lost friend. You can sit with a single thought for 30 minutes. You can look a person in the eye without feeling the need to check your pocket. You are reclaiming the human connection that the digital world stole. The world wants you to stay in the detox retention conflict because a man who is constantly fighting himself is a man who isn't building anything. By aligning your mind and your body, you become a singular force, a man who knows exactly where he is going. And you might feel a sudden surge of creative anger as the fog lifts. You realize how much of your life was stolen by free entertainment and cheap pleasure. Do not run from this anger. Use it to build the fortress of your new life. Let it be the tears of clarity might hit you when you realize that life isn't actually boring. You are just overstimulated. The small things start to matter again. The quiet life becomes a source of infinite strength. You are no longer chasing the ghost of a feeling. You are. The suspense of your new existence is the feeling of pure presence. You aren't living in the next click or the next release. You are living in the now. This makes you terrifyingly effective in business, in combat, and in the high-stakes game of. Your relationships will transform because you are no longer projecting your digital fantasies onto real people. You see the world as it is, not as you want it to be. This radical realism is the foundation of true masculine power and very deep, soulful. This is the philosophy of the integrated. You are moving beyond hacks and into harmony. You are treating your neurochemistry as a holy instrument that must be tuned with the utmost care. You are the conductor of your own internal orchestra, and the music is. The emotional weight of the dual protocol is the feeling of self-mastery. You have stopped the leaks in your body and the leaks in your mind. You are a closed system of high potential energy, ready to be directed toward your highest, most divine and powerful. But the danger is in sensory overload. Once your receptors are clean, a single cheat day can feel like a massive hangover. You must guard your baseline with the ferocity of a sentry. You have worked too hard to let a single pixel. If this video gave you real value, tap the thanks button. Your support helps me keep creating deeper content like this. Every thanks is a spark that keeps this mission alive. Your support means more than you know. Real wisdom deserves real energy. Drop a thanks to fuel the next level. One day of binging, after a month of the dual protocol, can feel like a death of the spirit. The contrast between the light of clarity and the darkness of the fog is too great to ignore. You are choosing the light every single day, forever. Your journey is a biological revolution. You are proof that a man can thrive in the digital age without being consumed by it. You are the analog man in a digital world, a mystery that others will try to solve but never quite. The suspense of the integrated life is the source of your new authority. You aren't just not doing things. You are becoming something entirely new. You are the master of the detox, the captain of the retention, and the one who has finally. As the sun sets on your integrated day, you stand in this silent power, a man whose mind and body are finally speaking the same language. You are the dual protocol man, the chemical architect, and the one who has finally, beautifully, and eternally found. The final silence of this script is the silence of complete alignment. No static, no noise. Just the steady, rhythmic pulse of a man who is truly and fully alive.